If you're thinking about moving to Dallas or you already live here and own a home, your choice of neighborhood right now could completely change what your property is worth 5 to 10 years from now. Preston Hollow versus the Park Cities, that's Highland Park and University Park, two of the most prestigious addresses in North Texas. People toss them around like they're interchangeable, and they're not. And the difference between them will shape your daily life, your tax bill, your kids' education, and your long-term equity in ways that most buyers don't fully understand until it's too late. So let's jump in. Let's start with the big picture, because half the confusion comes from not understanding what these places actually are. Preston Hollow is a neighborhood inside the city of Dallas. It's not its own town. So when you buy in Preston Hollow, you get Dallas police, Dallas fire, Dallas permitting, Dallas taxes. It's a large established residential area in North Dallas, bordered on the south by University Park. You've got winding streets, mature trees, and some of the largest private lots inside any major city in Texas. The Park Cities are two completely independent municipalities, the town of Highland Park and the city of University Park. They are not Dallas. They have their own governments, their own police and fire departments, their own parks department, their own code enforcement, and their own school district, Highland Park ISD. These towns were incorporated over a century ago, and they've maintained that independence ever since. And here's why that matters. When you buy in the Park Cities, you're not just buying a home, you're buying into a system, a small town governance model wrapped inside a major metropolitan area. When you buy in Preston Hollow, you're buying into Dallas with a particular kind of lifestyle, bigger land, more privacy, more flexibility. The distinction shapes everything that follows. So keep it in mind. And now let's talk about what it actually feels like to live in each one, because this matters more than any spreadsheet number. Highland Park and University Park feel like a small town built inside Dallas. You've got tree-lined blocks, not just a few streets, but block after block of canopy cover. You can walk to Highland Park Village, which is the historic luxury shopping and dining destination. And if you haven't been, Highland Park Village was developed in the 1930s, and it's actually designated as a National Historic Landmark. It was the first planned shopping center in America, and today it's home to Hermes, Chanel, and some of the best restaurants in the city. You walk there, you don't park. That alone tells you about the lifestyle. Your neighbors are closer. Lots are typically 8,000 to 12,000 square feet. Homes sit closer to the street. You know your neighbors. Kids bike around the block. The streetscape feels curated because independent municipalities enforce consistent standards. Sidewalks connect to parks. The Katy Trail, the 3.5-mile urban trail that runs through uptown Oakland, is accessible from the Park City's edge. You can walk or bike to it. Commute-wise, you're about 3 miles from downtown Dallas, and SMU is right in University Park. You can get to uptown in minutes. The daily rhythm is compact. Errands, school runs, dinner, everything is close. Preston Hollow operates on a completely different principle, which is space. You wind down streets lined with mature oaks. Properties sit back on the road. Some are behind gates, and you're not walking to dinner, you're getting in the car. And that's intentional. The trade-off for privacy and acreage is that you're more car dependent. The homes here are diverse. You've got everything from updated mid-century moderns to neo-Georgian estates to sleek contemporary builds. There's no single architectural identity that's part of the appeal. You're not locked into a specific look. Preston Hollow has been the neighborhood of choice for Dallas's business and political elite for generations. Former President George W. Bush and Laura Bush chose Mayflower estates with Preston Hollow, a quietly prestigious pocket of just over 100 homes. Ross Perot lived there, Mark Cuban. This is where Dallas power players go for privacy. The McGuire estate on Park Lane sits on about 3.2 acres, and that's unheard of this close to a major downtown. If you want an estate that feels like a retreat, long driveway, assured landscape, guest house, pool compound, Preston Hollow gives you the canvas. And the quick pause here, and that's the core difference in one sentence. Park Cities gives you a connected, walkable neighborhood identity. Preston Hollow gives you seclusion and the freedom to build your own world on your own land. Neither is wrong, but you'll just know which one fits you within about 5 minutes driving through each. So let's go deeper into what the actual property you're actually buying. Park Cities lots are 8,000 to 12,000 square feet. That's about a fifth to a quarter of an acre for most properties. The architectural character is consistent. A lot of Tudor, colonial revival, Spanish, and Mediterranean influence. Most of the homes are well maintained, and municipal standards keep the streetscape light. You're not going to see the neighbor letting things go. It just doesn't happen. There's less new construction here than in Preston Hollow, simply because the lots are already built out and land is scarce. When you see new builds in the park cities, it's usually a tear down rebuild, and that's going to command a premium. But your yard work is manageable. Exterior maintenance isn't a second job, and the scale keeps the community feeling connected, people. Preston Hollow is the opposite. Lots range from quarter acre to multiple acres. The largest estates sit on the acre-plus parcels with winding driveways and mature trees that predate the homes by decades. You have a room for a pool, guest house, sports court, whatever else you want. And here's where the micro neighborhoods matter. Within Preston Hollow, 3 areas command the top of the market. The Mayflower Estates, this is the most exclusive pocket. Just over 100 homes with winding roads, creeks, small lakes, and the highest concentration of ultra-high net worth residents. This is where the bushes moved. So privacy is absolute. Homes rarely hit the open market. When they do, they trade quietly. Old Preston Hollow, bound roughly by Preston Road, Walnut Hill, Douglas, and Royal. These are the original estate streets with deep lots, heavy tree canopy, and some of the most architecturally significant homes in Dallas. Wide streets, deep setbacks, timeless curb appeal. And the Lobello corridor, it stretches off Preston Road, features large, newer estate construction on generous lots. So if you want a modern take on Preston Hollow lifestyle, this is where you look. Architecturally, Preston Hollow gives you everything. Mid-century moderns, classic neo-Georgian estates, sleek contemporary glass and steel builds. The diversity means you can find something that fits your taste instead of conforming to a neighborhood's look. So let me put it in practical terms. If you want a maximum design freedom and privacy at a given budget, the Preston Hollow stretches further on land. At the same price point, you'll get more square footage and more outdoor space in Preston Hollow than you will in the park cities. But you'll be further from your neighbor and you'll need a car to get anywhere. If you want a walkable, cohesive neighborhood where the streetscape is part of the value proposition, the park cities deliver. You'll pay more per square foot, but you're buying into a system that maintains a premium. Now let's address the single biggest decision point for families, and that's schools. Park Cities homes are zoned to HPISD, and this is not just a good school district. It earned an A rating from the Texas Education Agency. In fact, 2025 A through F accountability ratings, HPISD ranked the top school district among all 5A and 6A districts in the entire state. So this isn't just a local rating, it's the Texas-wide rating. Highland Park High School ranks number 242 nationally according to US News. Niche ranks the district number 19 in Texas and number 13 for athletes. 90% of AP scores over the past 5 years were at 3 or higher. The consistency is remarkable. And here's why this matters for your property value. HPISD creates a floor under demand. Buyers who want top public schools will pay a premium to be in this zone. The school district essentially guarantees a buyer pool. Even in a cooling market, HPISD zoned homes hold value differently. Preston Hollow sits inside Dallas ISD, a large district where significantly more variability in campus performance. Some Preston Hollow streets feed to solid campuses, others feed to campuses with lower ratings. Zoning varies block by block, so you have to check the specific address. But here's what most people miss. Many Preston Hollow buyers aren't relying on DISD. They're going to go private. Private school access from Preston Hollow is exceptional. St. Mark's School, one of the top boys college prep schools in the country, sits nearby. Hockaday School, one of the nation's premier all-girls college prep schools, is right there. ESD of Dallas, Parish Episcopal, these are legacy institutions. The logistics of private schools also favor Preston Hollow. Longer driveways, more turnaround space, easier drop off and pick up on sprawling properties. It's a smart thing that adds up over years of school runs. The real talk, if a top-ranked public school district is non-negotiable for your family, the Park Cities makes the decision simple. You get HPISD consistently and predictably. If you're private school bound or comfortable navigating Dallas ISD's magnet and choice programs, Preston Hollow gives you more flexibility on housing and land while keeping you close to elite private options. Now we need to talk about money, because this is where the comparison gets concrete and a lot of buyers get surprised. In Texas, the school district portion is almost always the largest share of your property tax bill. The rest comes from your city or town, the county, the hospital district, and the community college district. Because Dallas ISD, the city of Dallas, has different tax rates than Highland Park and the Park Cities municipalities. So these combined bills can be dramatically different, even on identically priced homes. Let me give you concrete numbers so you know exactly what we're dealing with. These are before exemptions, so your actual bill may be lower if you qualify for homestead or senior exemptions, but the comparison still holds. Preston Hollow, City of Dallas plus Dallas ISD, combined rate is roughly 2.23 per $100 of assessed value. Park Cities, the town of Highland Park plus HPISD, comes around 1.57 per 100. UP plus HPISD is around 1.59 per 100. So translate that to real annual bills. On a $2 million home, Preston Hollow is roughly $44,500 per year. Highland Park is roughly $4,000. That's a difference of about 13 grand a single year can make. On a $3 million home, Preston Hollow is roughly $66,000. Highland Park is roughly $46,000. That's over $20,000 more per year. And here's why that matters over time. Over a 5-year hold, that's $65,000 to $100,000 difference on the tax bill alone between the two neighborhoods at the same price point. That's real money that could fund private school tuition, renovations, or simply just reduce your carrying costs. The Park Cities operate their own municipal services efficiently, and HPISD runs a lean, high-performing district with strong property values supporting their tax base. So inside Dallas, the ISD and City of Dallas rates add up to a higher combined burden. The same purchase price, your annual property tax will be generally higher in Preston Hollow than in the Park Cities. But if you're budgeting for a purchase, you need to factor this into your monthly and not just the mortgage payment. Your agent should be running tax estimates by addresses before you write an offer. And quick pause here, none of this is tax advice. Rates change annually, confirmed exemptions apply differently, but directionally, this gap is real and persistent, so don't ignore it. Let's talk about how your week actually works. From the Park Cities, downtown Dallas is about 3 miles. SMU borders University Park, uptown is minutes away. Your daily rhythm is tight. Drop the kids off at school, hit a meeting downtown, meet clients for lunch in Highland Park Village, and pick up groceries at Central Market on Lovers Lane. Everything inside a small radius. You've got parks, that's Curtis Park, Lakeside Park, Katy Trail connection. You can run, walk, bike. The community's walking culture is real. You see neighbors on sidewalks. It's not a gated community, it's an open, connected town. And that's the point. Preston Hollow sits about 6 miles north of downtown. Not a long commute, but a different experience. You get on Northwest Highway or the Dallas North Tollway, Preston Road cuts straight through. Love Field and DFW Airport are accessible, but your daily errands mean driving to Preston Royal Shopping Center, to North Park, to restaurants along Inwood and Preston Road. What you gain is peace. At night, it's quiet. Street traffic is minimal. You don't hear your neighbors. The trade-off is that you're not walking anywhere meaningful. And that's the lifestyle some people actively want. Park Cities residents have walkable access to Highland Park Village, nearby dining, SMU area culture. Park Cities, Preston Hollow's amenity accessed by car with Royal Oaks Country Club, private clubs, commercial corridors along Preston Road being the primary draws. Now let's put it all together with current market context. As of Q2, Preston Hollow saw about 52 homes sell at an average of 3.16 million, days on market around 39. Sellers were getting about 97.5% of list price. And the median sold price per square foot has varied from roughly $345 in early 26 to $564 in late 2025 for the upper end. What that tells you is the range is wide. Your pricing depends heavily on which micro neighborhood you're in, your lot size and build quality. The premium in Preston Hollow on land and architecture is significance. So resale can take longer and for truly unique estates because the buyer pool narrows in the very top end. The land itself holds long-term value. So you can't just make more acreage inside Dallas. Highland Park's median listing price has been north of $2.9 million. University Park's median listings around $3 million. The 75205 zip code saw about 7.1% year-over-year bump in median list price as of early this year. Days on the market at University Park is about 33 days, and demand is consistent because HPISD keeps buyers coming even when the broader market conditions cool. So the price per square foot premium is significant. You're paying for the system, the schools, the governance, the walkability. And the market has proven willing to pay that premium decade after decade. So let's land the plane. Here's how you decide. Choose Park Cities if top public schools through HPISD are non-negotiable. If you want a walkable, connected neighborhood feel, if you value shorter commutes and proximity to SMU and Uptown, if you prefer consistent architectural character and a curated streetscape, and if you're okay with smaller lots and less privacy in exchange for community. Choose Preston Hollow if you want estate scale living with acreage and privacy. If you're private school bound or comfortable with Dallas ISD, if you want design freedom, build what you want, not what the neighborhood expects. If you value space over walkability, and if you're okay with being more car dependent in exchange for seclusion. And within Preston Hollow itself, remember Mayflower Estates, Old Preston Hollow, Lobello corridor represent the top tier. So know which micro neighborhood you're targeting before you start touring. Dallas is not slowing down. We're talking billion-dollar projects reshaping the city, and both these neighborhoods are positioned to benefit, but they benefit different people in different ways. So here's the bottom line. Park Cities gives you a system, a small town with elite schools, walkability, and a premium for the market it has respected for decades. Preston Hollow gives you a campus. Preston Hollow gives you a canvas, land, privacy, the freedom to build your own world. Neither is the wrong answer, but getting it right means getting honest about what your day-to-day actually looks like if you're moving to Dallas, or if you're already here and thinking about making a change. Call or text me anytime. I'd love to walk you through both areas, current listings, pricing, comps, school zones, tax estimates, all of it. We'll figure out which neighborhood actually fits your life, not just what looks good in the brochure. Call or text me anytime. I'd love to help you make a confident move in one of the fastest growing cities in the country.